5. That's the second page. On item number 5, that's the electronic transfer levy bill 2021. The first paragraph seems to suggest that the bill has not been passed, but the same majority leader has been quoted on that's in the Daily Guide, 21st January, that the bill has been technically approved. I just want him to reconcile the two, particularly as he was the same person who said that, and he's also the chairman of the business committee. He should be able to reconcile the two so that we are sure about where we are. Minority Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the business statement, that's page 2. That's item 5, where the electronic transfer levy bill is stated. The chairman of the business committee is indicating that the finance minister is seeking to get ample time to go and further consult. Mr. Speaker, let me state, as a matter of fact, throughout this period of the recess, we on this side were never consulted or talked to about this, about the electronic transfer levy bill. And Mr. Speaker, at the Committee of Finance, our side of this House requested that as part of the practice of this House and supported by the Constitution and the standing orders, we should open up for people to bring memoranda for the engagement, and we said there was no time. But now we are giving time to the Minister of Finance at his request. We should wait for him to do consultation, but we cannot even give this House time to consult. Mr. Speaker, I want to make reference to the 1992 Constitution, and precisely Article 106(4). And with your permission, Mr. Speaker, I read: whenever a bill is read the first time in Parliament, it shall be referred to the appropriate committee appointed under the Article 103 of this Constitution, which shall examine the bill in details and make all such enquiries. In relation to it, as the committee considers as the committee considers expedient or necessary. You go to committee, and Mr. Speaker, this is also supported by our standing orders 125, which is just a verbatim lifting of what is in Article 106(4). Now, the House of Parliament cannot get time to do consultation, but the minister should be allowed a whole week to go and do, and then he comes to tell us in his consultation what he has seen or he has heard. Why are we not, the committee, only not going to make time for this House and for that matter the Finance Committee to engage the public? So that, yes, because that is how we carry bills in this House. Yes, because when the human value bill, the gay bill comes to this House, even when we wanted that to be faster, the committee is now calling the people in fives. There's 5 people, come and let's hear you. And people are repeating the same point, simply because the government side are not interested and they are delaying the passage of that bill. Now this one that we are saying that give time for proper consultation because it's going to even affect more people. That one, the House cannot do the consultation, but the Finance Minister can go and get time to further consult. Mr. Speaker, it is this attitude that creates the unnecessary tension and the unnecessary behavior that we all see, which we all condemn. But Mr. Speaker, let's do what is right so that it will be easier to get and go along with the people of our country, instead of these tricks of others thinking that they are smarter than the others. When everybody is planning or strategizing, that's what creates the problem. But let us do as it's always done in the house. Right. That's the only way that we can be able to get sanity and be able to go together in whether approval or disapproval of this. Mr. Speaker.
What's the name? It's electronic transaction of the user.
No, it's just electronic transfer. No, but the bill. Mr. Speaker, so with this comment, I want to add that this House should make time for the committee to also consult. Not only the finance minister should go and consult, so that they can compare whatever they are hearing from the civil society or our citizenry. That will help inform the decision that this House will take. With this comment, Mr. Speaker, I hope that the business committee will make time for the House to further consult. Thank you very much.
Let me allow the majority chief whip to make a comment before
Speaker,
I come to you.
Respect to my colleague, I took time to listen to him, and I heard him, the latter part of his presentation, use the word tricks. I think it's out of place, and he knows best. Nobody is in this chamber to engage in tricks. So he should just depart from these words. Stay clear of a word like trick. It's unparliamentary. He should retract that. And Speaker insists he should retract the word tricks. Engage the usage of tricks. It's unparliamentary.
Honorable Minority Chief Whip, your attention has been drawn to the use of the word tricks in your presentation, which is according to the appreciation of parliamentary language unparliamentary. What do you say to that?
Mr. Speaker, I have no problem withdrawing the use of the word tricks. But to say that, Mr. Speaker, we need to be sincere in all the actions that we, both sides, take for the good of this House. Without any problem, Mr. Speaker, I withdraw the use of the word tricks that my colleague was drawing attention to. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Minister for Communications. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I distinctly remember that during the conclusion of the debate on the budget, the Finance Minister asked and prayed this House to be given time to consult all sides of the House in view of the views that had been expressed during the debate. Mr. Speaker put the matter to vote, and this side of the House voted unanimously against giving the Finance Minister time to consult them on the issues that had arisen out of the budget. I'm therefore surprised that now they are seeking to be given the opportunity to consult or to be consulted on the e-levy and on other matters arising from the consideration of the budget. They have indicated clearly, as it's recorded in the proceedings of the House on that day, that they are not interested or desirous or being consulted on any matter to do with the passage of the budget. So why this sudden about thing? I would like them to explain to the good people of Ghana why.
Honorable Minister for Communication, the issue that has been raised is that when a matter is presented to the House and referred to the committee, is a committee that will be enabled to continue to do consultations of the civil society and whatever stakeholders to assist them
in the preparation of the report for the House for consideration. And that the committee that we referred it to was the Finance Committee. And that the Finance Committee was not enabled to do the consultation, but the sponsor of the bill I am just summarizing what was submitted. And therefore, he was thinking that it is not the Minister for Finance who sponsored the bill that will now be given time to do the consultation of stakeholders, but that the Committee on Finance should be the proper instrument to be used by the House to do the consultation. That's the issue that he raised. And as to whether, Honorable Minister, Honorable members, please. As to whether the consultation being done by the Minister of Finance prevents the Finance Committee from doing its consultation is an issue that we have to consider. But I believe that when the matter or a matter is referred to the committee of the House can conduct its investigations, consult stakeholders and other civil society actors, but that doesn't preclude the minister from also doing his consultation. And so I think that what we need to do, but I doubt whether we have the time now, is to allow the Committee on Finance to do the necessary consultations. But that doesn't stop the Minister for Finance from doing his consultations. This is not a matter open to debate. And, honorable members, your attitude and body language will not help the situation. Honorable members, I will be compelled. I have the list of your names. And
urge the business committee to schedule them to take this as a public interest matter that the people of Ghana deserve to be briefed on, and for us to be assured of the steps that are being taken to ameliorate the suffering of the people in Bogoso. Mr. Speaker, I therefore will wish to urge the business committee to this week.
Honourable Member, an extensive statement will be made this morning on that issue. So, just hold your fire. You get the opportunities to comment on it.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I will try and possibly contribute to the statement when it is finally made, and I make an appeal for some investigation by this House into the circumstances that led to the matter. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, let me listen to Honorable Oku Vanderpoy. Then I can come back to Honorable. Is that Edward Bauer? Oh, I see. I think the research did some good job of training of your body. Yes, Honorable Oku Vanderpoy.
Right Honorable Speaker, I stand to seek your guidance on a matter. During the last meeting, Mr. Speaker, I made a statement on the floor concerning the numerous attacks that has been meted out to members or operators of the Momo business. and it was ably supported by several members of this House. Mr. Speaker, the statement was referred to the Committee on Defense and Interior. And Mr. Speaker, no report has come on that situation. So I'm seeking your guidance as to what to expect. Because members of our nation who are affected, some of them got killed in the numerous attacks, and they want to know what this House will do for the situation that they have found themselves in, and their businesses that as a result of these attacks is collapsing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Edward Bauer.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I just need some clarification from the majority leader.
I'll be compelled to be naming members of Parliament. That has serious consequences when you are named on the floor. So please, let's exercise patience, listen to each other. We have agreed to disagree. How we conduct that shows our maturity as an individual and as a House. We all agree that we need to work together and build consensus on these matters. Honourable member, if it is a government policy and the government wants the approval of the House, hasn't the House got the right to inquire into that policy? So why do you say that is government policy? So what? The House cannot query it, debate it, and support government. That process alone educates the public more. Please, we are dealing with the report from the Business Committee. Minority Leader. Honourable members, you don't do my work for me. Please. Yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I needed to indulge you and the chair of the Business Committee to make some observations on the Business Committee report. But once this matter has been raised by the Minister for Communication, I need to put it right in the record that there is a clear distinction between approving budget policy principles and subjecting a bill submitted in accordance with Article 106 of the Constitution to the lawful due processes. And therefore, the particular day that this side, without any regret, stated strongly that we will not accommodate any engagement with the Honourable Minister of Finance, Mr. Speaker, was on the policy principles, which meeting was at your request in your office, to which we shared our position before we came here with the Minister for Finance. So that was for the approval of the entire budget statement with its accompanying modifications, and we moderated even our position based on the discussions and consultations that we so had. So take note that that was about budget policy principles when we stated those issues. And Mr. Speaker, before you in private and before we came and engaged here, we indicated to him that come to the floor, it's a budget, we will state our issues, respond to them. If they were satisfactory, we will proceed thereon. What the Honourable Whip and Honourable Muntaka, Mr. Speaker, is seeking to do for the abundance of caution, Mr. Speaker, I want to refer you to Standing Order 125, and then come back to Article 106, which is a repeat of Order 125. And Mr. Speaker, it reads, when